welcome back to another episode of In the Kitchen with Sandy. And today I'm going to share with you a very hearty, a very delicious, but a very simple recipe for a beefy mushroom type pasta. I want you to look at the pasta that I found at the grocery store. This is a new pasta from the Mueller's family. It's called, I believe if I'm pronouncing it right, Mufalda. It's spelled like M-U-F-A-L-D-A. I just thought it looked really good, and I was really excited to bring it home and try a new recipe with it. But it's like how little it is. It's so little, so dainty, and it's going to go perfect with this dish. Today I'm making a beefy mushroom pasta. It's going to be absolutely amazing, just like everything else that I make for you is so easy to make, so simple, and it's so comforting, it's so delicious, and it's just going to warm you from the inside out. It's just going to make you just love it. So what we're going to use today, I've got a pot of water coming to boil. I always start with cold water when I'm starting with my pasta. It's just what I've always learned to do. Make sure you salt it liberally. You want to salt it like the ocean, baby. Make sure it's nice and salty because it's the only time that you have to really season your pasta. So let me show you here what we've got here. In this bowl here, I've got some cremini mushrooms and some baby bella mushrooms. I had to think for a minute, but that's what's in here in this bowl. And in here I have my pasta, like I told you. You can use any pasta of choice, but I really want to experiment with this. I just love this. I love the shape. I love everything about it. So and we also in here got a couple bouillon cubes, and I've got some garlic powder. I've got some fresh garlic here and a couple tablespoons of butter, just a little bit of flour. This is not, you're not going to need all of that, but we are going to use a little bit just to thicken the sauce a little bit. And also heavy whipping cream. And if you don't have heavy whipping cream at home, you can always make it with a 1/3 cup of melted butter. You want it to cool slightly, and then 3/4 cup of milk. Then just combine it together and it makes heavy whipping cream. How about that? And then we're going to use some beef broth, a little bit of olive oil, and some pepper. And I'm out of my peppercorns, my pepper meal. So guess what? We're going to use this. It's going to be good though. It's going to be good. So what you're going to do first is go ahead and combine your butter with your milk there. This is going to make a heavy whipping cream there. And we're just going to give it a nice little whisk. And you're just going to set that aside. So then we're going to head right over to the stove and we're going to get started with this lovely, lovely dish. You're also going to need a little bit of Parmesan cheese, just shredded right over the top of it. Mix it in real good and make it, and a little bit of fresh parsley, just sprinkle over it just to make it absolutely beautiful. So what we're going to do first, I've got my pan on about medium high. You know, if you're looking at it like a clock, it's going to be about 5 o'clock. You're going to turn it on about 5 o'clock. So what you're going to do is add a little bit of olive oil to your pan. And you're going to go ahead and throw throw your butter in there. We're going to put the mushrooms in just a minute, or the garlic in just a minute. And once this starts, look at that little bitty spoon, I would be ashamed of myself. That's my flour spoon. Oh, hell. Heck. Okay, so what we're going to do here is just go ahead and combine these together. I like to use the olive oil and the butter together sometimes in certain dishes, especially in pasta dishes, because I like the richness of the butter, and then I like the Italianness, or the goodness from the olive oil that adds to the pasta. So it's the best of both worlds, I'm telling you. So you can go ahead and add your mushrooms in here. And my pot of water is finally starting to come to a boil. Now I didn't chop any of these, the bigger mushrooms up. Look how big those are. But that's okay because they're gonna shrink down. You know, if you cut them too small, then you're not even gonna be able to see them. And this is a mushroom pasta type dish, so you're gonna want to see what you're eating. Go ahead and throw your garlic in there. Oh, I love garlic. And then go ahead and throw your garlic powder in there. I want these to be nice and garlicky. Now I'm not going to add any additional salt. This is just the garlic powder, not salt, because your beef stock and your beef cubes already have salt in them. So we don't want to overdo it. We will test it for saltiness you know, once we get to that point. What am I looking for? My pepper. I'm looking for my pepper. Go ahead and add just a little bit of pepper in there. Why not? And we're just going to cook these until the moisture starts rendering out of them, and they're starting to get a nice little golden color going on. You don't want to cook them too long because they're also going to cook in the sauce a little bit. So we're just going to saute these for about 3 or 4 minutes maximum, and then we'll proceed. Okay, my mushrooms are just about there, and one thing that I forgot to add in my lineup was a little bit of fresh thyme. So go ahead and sprinkle a little bit of that in there. You're just going to use about a teaspoon. And if you use the dried thyme, make sure you, you know, squish it between your fingers. That releases all the juices, and that's what's going to release all the nice flavor in that. And give that a nice stir. And we're going to let this go again for about another maybe 2 minutes, 2 to 3 minutes. And then we're going to put these into a bowl, and then we're going to start on our sauce. I've already added my pasta to the boiling water. Oh, it smells delicious already. And we're going to let that pasta cook for about 8-9 minutes. We're going to cook it just till it's al dente, because, you know, it's going to cook for just a little bit longer in the sauce once you add it together. So, okay, I put my mushrooms into a nice bowl, and then what you're going to do next is, whisk that really good. You're going to go ahead and add your beef stock, and it is going to release all those nice, wonderful pieces that have stuck to the bottom of your pan. You want to make sure that you go ahead and give that a nice scraping on the bottom, because you've got little pieces of mushroom and all the garlic, and oh, it's just amazing. And just give that a quick stir. And then you can go ahead and add your beef cubes. And make sure you bang it across the other little bowl over there, or it's not going to turn out. You got to bang it right against there, or this dish will not turn out. And that's just the truth. Go ahead and add those two in there. I like to add on top of my beef broth or my chicken stock, whatever, a few of the beef cubes, because I like, you know, whether it's chicken or it's beef, I like for it to taste like chicken or beef, not watered down chicken. So we're going to let these melt in here, and just going to continue to give it a stir. Once it starts to come up to a boil, we're going to add our just a little bit of the flour to thicken a little bit, and then we're going to add our heavy whipping cream. Okay, I've drained my pasta, and it's over there waiting on me, but what I've done here is I've let the little beef cubes melt. I'm going to show you what you do too, just because I want to make sure that it thickens to my liking. Anytime you add flour, that you're thickening with the flour, you want to make like a little paste, if you will. Just go ahead and add some of that liquid into a little bowl. We're not going to use a lot of the flour, because I don't want it to get too thick, because my heavy whipping cream is going to thicken it as well. We're going to turn that down a little bit. And you're just going to add just a little bit of flour, just a little bit, and you're going to stir it around. See? That's all you do there. Stir it around. Make sure you get all the little lumps out of it. And this is going to act as a thickener. And it works best if you do it in the, you know, the hot liquid, and you know, opposed to using the cold. See, perfect. Look at that. And we're going to go ahead and add that right to our boiling beef stock. I know it don't look like a lot, and it's not really a lot, but we don't really want that much, because now we're going to toss in our heavy whipping cream here. Oh, look at the beautiful richness of this. It is such a rich dish. It's absolutely delicious. And it just screams comfort. Just screams comfort. We're going to continue to cook this for just a couple minutes. We're going to let it reduce a little bit, bring it back up to a boil, let it reduce. We're going to add our mushrooms to it. Then we're going to add the pasta, and we're going to sprinkle with a little bit of Parmesan cheese, and then we're going to plate it up. Okay, I've cooked this for about 5 minutes on about medium, a little bit over medium. I'm going to add my mushrooms right back there too. the mixture. Be careful, don't splatter yourself. Go ahead and add all those juices right back in there. So simply amazing. Look at that. Look how beautiful that is. Absolutely beautiful. We're going to bring this right back up to a boil. And we are almost done. Go ahead and add your pasta in. Careful, careful. Look how beautiful that is. And the sauce will thicken as it cools. Look at that, how amazing that looks. It's kind of like a gravy, kind of like a beefy gravy. Beefy mushroom gravy over your pasta. It's absolutely delicious. Then we're going to add, look at that, and that will feed an army. It's low cost and it's absolutely amazing. So we're going to add some cheese. Nice little helping of Parmesan cheese, and this will also help thicken it. Plus adds a nice richness of flavor. Look at that. You can add as much or as little as you like. And then a little bit of parsley. And that just brings out the beautifulness of it. Let's just put all of that in there. Give it a nice toss. It smells so good in here. I can't even tell you how good it smells in here. Look at that. So amazing. We're going to continue to just go ahead and coat it really well with all those beautiful brothiness. I can't tell you how good that smells. Now I'm going to go ahead and turn it off, and I am going to serve me some up. Oh, look at that. Look how delicious that is. Of course, I've got to try it. See, look at those mushrooms. They're not cooked to death. They're absolutely perfect. It's hot, 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 hot. I can't wait to dig in. Look how beautiful that is. Absolutely gorgeous. Now you know it's going to be hot. Smoking hot. Try a little bit of mushrooms here. If you wanted to, you could go ahead and top yours off with a little bit of extra cheese if you wanted to. Why not? That is delicious. And you know what? That thyme adds an extra deliciousness to it. You're going to love it. Make sure you do not leave the thyme out. I hope you enjoy this recipe. Alright, have another bite first. You can get this recipe. It's already waiting for you at inthekitchenwithsandy.com. I hope you enjoy this. I hope you try it for your family. Make sure you follow me on Facebook, Twitter, Google+, Pinterest, Instagram, Snapchat, everything. Just follow me everywhere. I hope you enjoy this, and I'll see you next time. Bye.